Hey everybody, we're back, and it's still spooky season.
Spooky.
Ooh.
Spooky.
We're a little delirious
We
because
are.
it is late,
It's all good.
but that's okay
Mm-hmm.
because we are here and we are fired up about Halloween season.
Yeah.
I gotta say, we did not follow the plan of what we were gonna do. We were just gonna.
Those are always the best ones, though.
I know. But we were just going to like show you our spooky town from Costco. And then we were just going to do like regular,
Sure.
you know, our regular scheduled programming.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just kind of went off the rails. So we're turning this whole month into spooky season.
Yeah, man. Come on. It's Halloween. We're keeping it on theme.
But I can't tell you, the only reason why we're doing this is because Tate he had so much fun doing the scary stories.
Yeah.
Then he just sent us off the rails, and I'll do anything to get him out of his shell, and he's having fun. So
Man.
here we are, me being flexible. Hear that,
Thank you.
wives?
Thank you.
Be flexible, flow like water. Okay, so we are actually on episode 43, which is mind blowing.
I know.
We still have to figure out what we're gonna do for our 50th episode.
I don't know. It'll come to us, I'm sure.
Well, if you have
cool.
if you guys have any recommendations on what you want to see for our half birthday, if you will, on episode number 50, we want to do something special. So I know some people have DM'd us and said they want us to do a Devil's Lettuce episode. We've had some people say do a mukbang of like foods we never tried, which is kind of funny because I don't like to eat a lot of things.
Yeah, you don't even like to hear people eating either. So I don't know how you're going to do that either.
Well, that's why it might be an interesting episode. Let the people weigh in. All of our little baby ants chime in and let us know. Well, I don't know. I think it would be interesting because I don't like to eat a lot of things. I
say we do them both. We do devil's lettuce and at the same time.
we do devil's lettuce. We do a mukbang while on the devil's
At the
lettuce.
same time.
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know if my tummy can handle that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we'll see. But
Okay.
chime in if you guys have any ideas for our 50th episode. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So today's episode, well, before we get started, for those of you on Spotify and you can't see, merge over and see our secret handshake. This is our secret handshake that we do in our family, not just between the two of us. So,
Yeah.
okay. So we are sticking with our spooky theme, and Tate was dying, no pun intended, to do a scary movie
Yeah.
episode
Yeah.
and kind of recap our favorite, or I don't know if it's favorite because there's so many to choose from.
Sure. Just like I want to say memorable moments.
Memorable movies.
Yeah. Well, memorable parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
But like what I'm saying is there's so many movies,
Oh,
scary
for sure.
movies to choose from. So
sure.
there's horror movies,
Yeah.
there's suspenseful movies,
Yeah.
there's futuristic scary movies.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of scary
That fall under that. Yeah.
under the Halloween genre, if you will.
Yeah. So please share them. Yeah. I'm okay with it.
What do you mean, please share them? Are you talking to me or are you talking to the people?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, I am going to share them. That's what the hell? We're on a podcast. Of course I'm going to share them. I did my homework. Hello.
Just excited about doing it.
Yeah, I know, but you're confusing me. I don't know who you're talking to.
Me and you, buddy.
I know, but anyway, the way
I
you
understand.
phrased it was weird.
I'm sorry. I understand. I'm just playing.
I know. See what happens?
I know.
See, you guys think he's
Too
quiet,
much.
but he's really not. You're not too much, baby.
Too much.
You're not too much. I'm just trying to keep up with you. My brain works a little slow. What the hell did you eat or drink before? What's in that cup?
I don't know.
Do you have a
just
cocktail in that cup? What do
I
you
wish.
got going on over
I
there?
should have.
We should do.
That too. All together, all in one.
We should do a tequila tasting.
Yeah,
and
tequila,
then-
devil's lettuce, mukbang.
Okay, now you're being ridiculous.
Why?
I can't do all that. My tummy will not. I can pick one. It's like when you go out, right?
Yeah.
Me and Josh always laugh. In fact, we send each other TikToks about we can go out and party hard, but you have to pick one day.
Yeah,
We can't do 2 days, 3 days like we used to.
sure. I
We
understand that.
ain't built like that no more. So if you think I'm going to eat something weird while I'm high and drunk, you're out of your mind.
No, not weird. Is the food have to be weird that you're
Well,
tasting?
anything that's out of my little bubble is weird to me.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. I'm very picky when it comes to food.
Okay.
You know why? I'm a texture girl.
Okay.
And I'm a scent girl. If it stinks and it's squishy or whatever, or if it stinks to me, I'm not going to eat it.
No, I know that about you. I'm just maybe it's not clear what to me what the mukbang is like specifically. Like I know they eat food on here, but is it food that they've never had before? Is it?
Not really. It's basically just watching people eat.
Yeah. So we'll pick.
That's why I don't like to watch them, because I hate hearing people eat.
So we'll pick something that you like to eat.
Oh, I know, but I was saying it would be interesting for me to try new things.
But you don't like to try.
You know, I'm willing to try
no
it.
way. Okay.
So, I said it. You know, I said, is it mukbang or mukbang?
I don't know.
Anyway, let's just say mukbang.
Okay.
So it just sounds weird. Anyway, I said let's do that, but let's make it interesting and let me try things that I haven't tried before. That's why I said I'm a very picky eater.
Okay.
That's why I said that. Yeah.
So
Let me check your cup. What's in that thing?
Since we're sorry.
It's like you just woke up. Whoa, how long was I out?
I want to keep going with this, but I know we have a topic.
It's okay.
Oh well. I just wanted to ask, what would be the food you would choose? Let's just
I don't
right off the
know.
bat. If you think if is there one that's on the top of your head that you're
No.
like, oh okay,
I don't know. Like, it can't be something like
snails
sea
or
urchin
something.
or snails. Don't get crazy. You know I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. We'll talk about it offline, but I'm just saying, you know, and if you guys have suggestions,
Sure.
put them in the comments and we'll see. But let me preface this before you start suggesting things for me. I don't like things like yogurt. I don't like he'll eat a yogurt, like one of those Greek yogurts. Him and Billy eat those Greek yogurts, and it makes me irrationally angry because it smells like vomit. I don't know how people eat Greek yogurt. And I'm always on TikTok looking for recipes for high protein, and everything that makes it high protein is Greek yogurt.
That's why I eat it. And I like it.
I know, and it smells like vomit.
I can't smell no vomit. I can't even smell anything.
Well, it's kind of like, you know how people don't like cilantro because it tastes like soap to them?
Sure.
That's like a genetic thing, I think, you know? I don't like Greek yogurt. So the smell of Greek yogurt makes me want to vomit because it smells like vomit.
I don't think you're the only one, but I just can't smell it.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
That's why I keep buying it for you, because you like to eat it.
I do. I love it.
But I'm all, please don't eat it when I'm in the room.
I try not to.
And please take your little cup and throw it outside, because every time it's in the trash and I open up the lid, I'm like, it's so gross, right?
It's yeah, to you.
Okay, so we want to do that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do tequila tasting. Maybe we'll
Tequila tasting would be fun.
It would.
Yeah.
We'll buy a couple different tequilas and we'll try them and we'll talk about them.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you guys have suggestions for our 50th episode, please, we want to start planning it now. Yeah? Okay. So back to the topic. What were we talking about again?
Episode 43.
We're talking about scary movies or, you know, suspenseful movies that really had an impact on us.
Yeah.
And we didn't show it. We each picked 3 movies and we're going to talk about one by one. And we're going to kind of chime in on each other's movies.
Yeah, we're going to share.
Yeah. So,
Hell yeah.
Okay. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the first one I have is the movie Misery.
I have the same movie. That was my number one.
Okay, then we got to talk about it.
Then we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Technically my number one was The Shining, right?
Oh, well, no, don't. Yeah.
No. But
Okay.
I already talked about it. So
okay.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay.
But so I just wanted to mention The
Yeah.
Shining because, I mean, I can't not put that on my list.
Sure.
But Misery was number one. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's just say the movies and then we'll talk about them. Is that okay?
No,
Or
let's do one by one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since we both have Misery, this will be good.
Listen, that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Kathy Bates' breakout movie,
I believe so.
right?
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, who's the guy that plays? Is it
James Caan?
James Caan?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I put that movie up with Signs, not Signs. The Shining. No, The Sixth Sense. Hello?
Yeah.
Am I drinking?
Another one on my list.
Like, okay. But I already talked about it. That's why I didn't put The Sixth Sense on here.
That's okay.
But Misery was like one of those, man, it took a turn real fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't see it come in.
No. And I think the scariest thing for me was not, well, part of it was, and this is how the girls are like this too.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like houses in the middle of nowhere. We'll be driving to Vegas,
Sure.
right? And then you see this little house in the middle of the desert. And we always go, oh my God, that's so creepy. That's like a serial killer house. Like, who lives out here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that was the first thing. It was like this house in the snow, in the middle of nowhere, where there's no like neighbors.
Yeah.
The phones were kind of wonky. No, I'm not living somewhere like that. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because it's not. I don't think it's like they chose to live there, but I understand what you're saying.
100% they choose to live there.
No.
Listen, let me tell you a story. So when I was in PR, right, I was in public relations for like 25 years, and one of my clients, I was in transportation PR, super boring, but very interesting. And we had to, we're in Southern California, so we were widening this road that was like up in the mountains, like up by like the ski resorts and whatnot. But there's houses in the middle of nowhere. It's like San Bernardino County, so it's like desert when it's not snowing kind of thing. And the people out there, I was fascinated by, why do you live out here? Like there's like your neighbor is like a mile away. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If a neighbor at all. And I remember asking this guy one time, so like, what made you move out here? Because he said he was originally from New York. And he said, I wanted to get away from the people, because they're always watching. And it's like, so I always couple that with people living in the middle of nowhere with conspiracy theories. A conspiracy theorist, you know what I mean?
Sure.
The people are watching them all. And I'm like, what people? What are we talking about? I'm scared. Why am I here by myself? I did some crazy shit by myself during PR. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, in the middle of nowhere, this lady lives, and then this other guy, or James Caan goes off the road. He finishes he's like a best-selling author.
Yeah.
He finishes his book. He drinks his special whiskey, and he smokes a cigar, gets in his car, gets run off the road, or skids off the road.
Skids off the road. Because he's trying to make it back to get it published.
Yeah. And he wakes up, and then the story starts.
Yeah.
And he's in a bed.
Yeah.
And he's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? Broken legs and whatnot. And then Kathy Bates comes into the picture, and she's like, oh, I saved you, basically. And then it turns really sour really fast because his series of books that he does is her favorite. And talk about a fan.
I know.
Like, Kathy Bates is the ultimate fangirl.
Yeah, in this movie, yeah.
No, like ever. If you think about any fangirl, like that's the epitome of a fangirl.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But like times a million.
Sure.
So that, first of all, living out in the middle of nowhere, kind of a red flag to me.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to add to that?
It was great. The movie was great. Like, it was well written. Like, the characters that were playing was awesome. The story was awesome. Super suspenseful. It's stuff like, there was a lot of parts in the movie when I was watching going, man, I didn't even expect this. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like Kathy Bates being the psycho that she was.
Yeah.
She seemed super, super nice at the beginning. Oh, I saved her life, and I'm just taking care of it. The phones are down. We're gonna get it once they come back up. We'll get you in town. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit, she saved his life. And then all of a sudden, she's like you said, she's the big #1 fan. Has all his books. He says he's working like I just finished the last one. She's like, can I read it? She reads it, and then all of a sudden she doesn't like the ending.
Yeah.
And then everything changes.
She's like, why would you kill whatever character it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's making him rewrite it.
Yeah.
And it just becomes this like crazy like fan stalker.
If you guys haven't watched Misery, you have to watch it.
I know.
And it's a Stephen King movie.
I know.
A Stephen King book, rather.
Yeah.
What was the most jarring, memorable part of that movie for you?
When she broke his ankles.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. With that hammer.
Yeah.
And she put that piece of wood.
I was like, she's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
She's not gonna do it. Oh!
Yeah. Because she was so pissed because he tried to leave.
Yeah.
Well, he left his room.
What would you do?
She lied to him.
What would you do if you were like being held hostage?
I was thinking about that, to be honest. When we were going to share this, man, what would I do? I probably would have done exactly what that guy did.
Yeah.
Tried to do everything I could in my power, right? Like, but you're limited because you break your legs, you can't walk, you know, and then, you know, you're all jacked up from the car accident initially. Like, so I think I would have done the exact same thing that he was trying to do. Is get out of there.
So breaking the ankles was like, if you guys haven't watched it, you got to go see it. It's we're spoiling this for you, but
it's an old movie.
It's an old movie. However, it was in what, the 80s?
90s.
No, I think it was
I just saw the year.
It was 90s.
90s. Yeah.
I thought it was 89, but like. The thing, like, even if we're spoiling it for you, it doesn't matter because it's still gonna like fuck you up when you watch it. It's gonna make you. It's gonna make your butthole pucker. It's like so bad. But the other thing that I was thinking about was like, how does he go to the bathroom?
She helps him.
No, I know, but like, what if he has to take a shit and she's not there? Like, she left him sometimes to go run errands, to get groceries and whatnot. How does he take a shit?
I don't know.
Shit in the bed?
I didn't see that part in the movie.
I know, but I'm just this is how I watch movies. Somehow, I wonder how he shits. Because he did the combat crawl to the door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Does he combat crawl to like the corner of the room and just take a dump? Like, how does he wipe his butt?
I mean, it's not like he can't wipe his butt. His arms
with
still
what?
work.
With what? That's what I'm saying. Like, with what? There's no toilet paper in there. What?
It's a scary movie. I'm not thinking about how he's taking a shit when I'm watching it. I'm watching it going, when are they going to scare me? Not, how does this guy take a shit? And then if he does take a shit, how does he wipe his ass?
Hey, these are logical questions. And this is I think this is my fight or flight response because I get really scared and then I start thinking, let me think of other things because I'm really scared right now.
I'm not thinking about that.
I am, because middle of nowhere. She has to leave. The nearest town is probably an hour away one way. So that's 2 hours she's gone. When you got to take a shit, you got to take a shit.
Yeah. I would assume he'd probably have just done it in the bed. Because he can't get out.
Does he use the comforter and wipe his ass? Like, what?
I think you just sit in it and wait till Kathy Bates comes back, right? And then she cleans him up.
You think?
What? He can't do it himself, so I assume that's what's going to happen.
Or maybe he's constipated because he's on so many pain meds. When I had knee surgery and I was taking codeine, man, I didn't shit for a week and I was scared.
Or maybe before she went to town, she made sure, hey, you have to go to the restroom. I'm going to be gone for a couple of hours.
But she could leave and then you didn't have to go. And then as soon as she leaves, you're like, oh, man, I gotta drop a deuce. I got to drop the kids off at the pool, man. What am I going to do? Decisions.
I can't get out of this bed.
I can't get out of the bed. I don't have any toilet paper. Well, she did leave a stack of paper for him to type on. So maybe he crawled. I don't know.
Pillowcase, maybe one of his socks. I don't know.
Did he have socks? He didn't have
he
socks.
had socks on.
No, he had bare feet.
He had socks on.
He had bare feet. Dude, you guys.
He had socks on.
You have to settle this. Did he have socks on or did he have bare feet? I'm going to say he had bare feet because I remember being grossed out by I'm grossed out by feet. Not your feet, but just other people's feet. Men's feet in particular. It grosses me out.
It's a scary movie.
Sorry, I digress. This is what it's like to live with me, guys.
I think he had socks on.
I don't think he did.
I think he had socks on.
Someone needs to settle this. Someone needs to settle this little spat right now.
I don't care.
Anyway, here's the other part I really loved about this movie. Mm-hmm. I loved when he whooped her ass.
Yeah.
You didn't see that with like you don't see it coming and then he just fucks her up.
Yeah, and then he fucking hammers her with his typewriter.
Yeah. Dude.
You could just see the frustration.
The irony, like just the pent up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You could just see how angry he was and the frustration and I can't believe you kept me here all this time.
But man, she's so evil.
I know.
And she broke both his ankles because he tried to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of off the table at that point. We're fighting in the front yard,
He's
dude.
defending himself.
We're fighting in the front yard if I had legs, but I don't because they're broken. So we're fighting in the hallway, and I'm gonna whoop your ass with my typewriter.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
It was because you're like, oh my God, he can't move.
Yeah.
And then here she comes.
I know.
And you're like,
I know. He's like,
yeah, he's like, I can't use my legs.
run! Oh wait, you don't have any legs. Your legs are broken. Shit, dude, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I know. What a great movie.
I'm literally taking deep breaths because I feel like I'm like reliving it in my head.
Yeah, I could watch it again and still be scared.
Yeah.
I watch it again and still be scared right now.
That's pretty crazy.
So good.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Okay. That was my favorite. That was my number one.
Crazy.
Look at us being in sync like that. I'm going to shit my pants right now if you have my second one, which I don't think you do, but maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So remember when I told you guys last episode, I said The Shining was like the scariest movie to me to this day.
Yeah.
And someone had commented, that is one of the scariest movies.
Yeah.
And it's because it literally could happen like in real life.
Yeah.
Meaning
it's believable.
You could go like the mental health of it all. Like
yeah.
he just kind of loses his marbles, if
Mm-hmm.
you will, right? And it was like a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking that and I'm like, okay, cool. This is like the scariest movie I've ever seen. Also, because I was exposed to it when I was in this, I don't know, second grade, first grade. And kind of traumatized me. So
Did it come out in the 70s, was it? Or the 80s?
no, it was like I think it was 76. I don't know, early 70s.
Yeah.
Early to mid 70s.
Okay.
But so I thought, okay, nothing will ever trump that. The Exorcist kind of came in there, The Omen, kind of came into play there. But I'm like, nah, nothing is scarier than The Shining.
Yeah, Jack did a great job with that character.
Until they made this movie.
Oh, wow.
Which one do you think it is?
I don't know.
Guess.
I have no idea.
Just take a guess.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh my God, that's it.
Shut up.
How did you know that?
Because that's my number 2.
I think I just shit my pants right now. What?
No shit. That's my number 2. Silence of the Lambs.
Come on.
I swear to God.
This is going to be a short podcast. We were each supposed to have 3. What the hell?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. That's why I said it. Silence of the Lambs. Because that's my second one.
I can't even tell you how many times I screamed in that movie.
Yeah, it was so good.
And even when he was going, Clarice, come closer, Clarice. What the fuck? Just that alone. Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's awesome.
So that one took first place from The Shining, even though The Shining's like the OG first place for me.
Sure.
I have never seen a scarier movie than Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
That was really your second one?
Yeah, I promise.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I think it's just for me too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were some things that are like, but I don't know. Like, it could really happen.
Sure.
There's some.
I'm sure it has
out
happened, and we don't know.
Or maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know the lore of.
It just seemed
Silence of the Lambs.
It just like what do they call those crimes in these cities? Is it like a murder or is it like a mass murder?
Like serial?
Yeah, serial killer.
Yeah.
So there's been plenty in the past.
No, I know.
And that's what this story.
No. But but the guy that was a serial killer was cutting people's skin off and making a whole
he wanted
suit.
It was all women because
Yeah.
he wanted to be a woman. So it was ladies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair and all.
Yeah. And Jodie Foster, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, man.
That was
so good.
So freaking good.
I know.
And it was so suspenseful and so scary.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like there were so many hidden things in there.
Yes.
Like they had this like a relationship almost, like a connection.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, you can't root for him. He's a psycho.
I know. But he's like helping her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what the crazy thing is, you start seeing stuff, you start putting it together as she's trying to investigate.
Yeah.
So you start putting it together, then you're ahead of her.
Yeah.
And then she's at that door, and then the guy answers, and you're like, run, girl, don't go in there.
Run, bitch.
You know what I mean? Then he invites her in. You're like, oh.
You're all, bye, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm out.
She's done.
Yeah.
She's done.
See you never.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're toast.
Yeah, that's why I liked it too.
That was crazy.
Yeah, you're like chasing it. You know what I mean?
My other favorite part was when the girl that was kidnapped in the well, when she snatched his dog down there. I was like, yes, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
She was like cussing him out.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
You better not hurt my dog.
You better let me out. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's got some bargaining chips now. And then I was like, you know, so crazy. So crazy.
It was such a good movie, too.
And then the ending, spoiler alert, if you have never seen Silence of the Lambs.
Sorry.
Anthony Hopkins is like, no, wait, before I say the ending. He's a free man. Deuces, bitch. I'm
out of the country.
Dude, and when they put that, that's the iconic like visual of that movie is when he's on a dolly, right? And he's like in a straitjacket with that thing.
Cage.
Yeah, like on his face.
Yeah.
That was very scary for me.
Because he was considered a cannibal.
Yeah.
So they were like covering his mouth. Like,
yeah.
Like
and they had him in a straitjacket, and they were literally wheeling him in on a dolly, like a box from Costco. And he was like, and they put him in that cage so they could. Woo!
I know.
That was crazy.
I know. And the way he talked to Jodie Foster, their conversations were insane.
I know, and he was like kind of mocking her, pissing her off. And I kind of feel like she had daddy issues, so that's like she was like kind of connecting with him.
Yeah, going back. And then she would like actually let him talk to her a certain way, treat her a certain way. She would just let him, you know, like she was accepting it, knowing that she was going to get what she wanted.
Yeah, she was playing the game basically.
Yeah.
But who was playing who though?
I know.
Oh man, I think, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I think suspenseful movies are way scarier than like gory horror movies.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
But it's building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like, when is it coming? When is it coming? And it never comes when you think it is.
Yeah.
And then you scares the shit. That suspense is way better than like rawr,
yeah.
You know,
that's why I scream. And my family hates it. And guess what? Me and Josh are gonna have a movie night. And we're supposed to have a family movie night to watch a scary movie this upcoming week.
Yeah.
And the two of us have already been relegated to the farthest end of the room.
Yeah, separate.
And these guys are all going to sit in a different spot because you think I'm loud.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Josh has a piercing scream. First of all, he's a piercing laugh.
Yeah.
But it's so funny and so like jovial.
But
it's super loud and it pierces your ears. Can you imagine when he screams? So like, remember when we went on Guardians?
Yeah.
And he was screaming. Well, the first time we went on Guardians, what is it called? Guardians of the Galaxy. At Disneyland, California.
Yeah.
California Adventure.
Yeah.
The first time we went to Disneyland with him and we went on that ride and I sat next to him. In fact, I sat between him and Mayo.
Yeah.
So Mayo was on my right and he was on my left. And actually it was opposite. He was on my right because I remember looking at him and he goes, do you, what did he say? He said something like, are you okay with loud sounds? And I go, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm a screamer on rides, like
yeah,
roller coasters or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
And so we were screaming together. It was like a symphony, like, like, and then we just went to Disneyland. Same thing, but he was sitting on my left this time and Mayo was on my right. And Mayo was afraid of roller coasters and whatever. And he gets crazy and screams like like that. And then Josh was like, and then me in the middle like, and laughing. We're like just the Three Stooges. It's hilarious. But the reason why I say that is because Mayo and my whole family hates when Josh and I scream. So like when we watch this movie, which we've never done before,
sure,
it's gonna be very interesting.
I know.
Let me know if you want me to videotape it or tape, like, you know what I mean? Like get video of it. I'm just gonna set up a tripod and I'm gonna videotape the whole thing. Just let it run. That would be fun, huh?
Well, yeah, those are pretty good videos, right? When they show reactions. Yeah. To stuff, whether it's scary or whatever. Yeah.
And I swear on all that is holy, you guys, kiss to God, I don't do it on purpose, but it's the suspense.
No, I know. I don't think you do it on purpose at all.
Josh told me
it's just scary.
Yeah.
We're already watching a scary movie, but when it just adds to the scary, and that's that's why it annoys the crap out of the kids.
I know.
Stuff, you know?
Donovan hates
Yeah,
it.
because he gets scared.
Yeah.
More scared, right?
Him and Dason loathe watching scary movies with me. It's not my fault. Anyway. Okay.
I don't have a problem with it, though.
I know, because like even on scary rides, when I get scared and I scream, I always like grab his leg or his arm. So, and it was funny because Mayo was doing that to me in the ride. And then the one last part when it makes a loud noise, we always know it's coming, and he goes, "It always gets me," because he was like, he went and he was like, "Ah!" I was like, that's like me on Indiana Jones when those poison dart things go.
Right.
It's all
the air.
And I'm like, because it reminds me of opening the Pillsbury Doughboy, like, what is it called? The little crescent rolls in the roll. Yeah, you have to hit it or unravel it, and it goes
pop. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time scares the shit out of me.
Same.
So, all right. We are way off track today.
I know. What's going on here?
Back to spooky season.
Spooky.
Okay, what's your number 3?
My number 3, that's, what's crazy is both those movies 1 and 2 are our favorite, right, so far. And both those movies, we both went to the movies to see them when they first came out.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Together. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. Just wanted to point that out. Anyways, my number...
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Anyways, my number 3
Wait. Before you say number 3,
Yeah.
I don't think our number 3 is going to...
I don't think so.
It's going to match because mine is like a suspenseful movie, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to match. But anyways, my number 3 is a movie called 28 Days Later.
Ugh.
Yeah, 28
I
Days Later.
hate that movie.
That's a zombie.
I don't like zombie movies.
Yeah, it's insane. But it's...
Wait, is that the one with Tom Cruise?
No.
Wait. No, that's the one with the fast zombies, right?
Yeah, The Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is Will Smith in that one?
No, that's I Am Legend.
Oh.
Yeah, this takes place in like
Maybe I don't know this movie.
No, this takes place in Great Britain, like in over the pond. And this guy wakes up
Over the pond. What does that mean?
Over the how the saying when you travel to Europe, you go over the pond.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Sorry.
No, I genuinely didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah. So the movie starts out with these scientists over there, and they were saying these monkeys are contagious. Mm-hmm. Don't let them out. And then a bunch of people didn't believe them, and they let them out. Mm-hmm. And then the monkeys had a virus, and they bit humans, and then the humans turned into basically zombies. Mm-hmm. And how you were able to transfer is the blood. So through the blood, if you touch the blood, if you drank, if you not I don't think if you touch it, but if you got into your mouth or something, you turn too. Okay. They don't have to necessarily bite you. Okay. Right. So zombies everywhere, the whole infestation. Right. Mm-hmm. This guy, he's the main character. It starts with the release of the monkeys, and then it fast forwards like. There's an infestation. This guy wakes up in the hospital. He was in a coma before the breakout. Mm-hmm. So he wakes up in the middle of his coma, and the whole hospital is like deserted.
I remember this movie. Yeah. But this is where those zombies, they're like track stars.
Yeah, they're super fast.
Super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just coming out. It's fine. Yeah, just go ahead and bite me, and then we'll just be one with the zombies, because that's fucking terrifying. I know. That's why I was terrified with COVID. I'm like, is this like the monkeypox or the virus or the... It was very scary. Yeah, yeah. What was your most memorable moment?
Just when the guy woke up from a coma, and then he's like looking around, like this is where he lives. He knows this hospital, what's going on, and he's like walking around the hospital. It's deserted. There's like literally no one there, and he like.
How was he by himself? How come no one bit him or no zombies?
So during the movie, he has flashbacks, right? When during the breakout, he was on that floor, was in a coma. The breakout happened. Someone locked the door because they didn't want anyone to get into him because he can't move. Because everyone's evacuating.
So he had a private room by himself, or is there somebody with him?
No, somebody was with him, a nurse, I think, or one of the workers just locked the door, and then they all took off. So I guess the zombies weren't able to get in during the breakout.
Him and the nurse are still in the room?
No. They were evacuating. But because he can't walk, he's asleep in a coma, they didn't have time to grab him, so they just locked the door.
No, that's what I'm saying. So did he just have a private room? He was just, or was there was only one bed in that room?
Yeah, there was only one bed in the room.
Because in most hospitals they have 2 beds?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Me wanting to know irrelevant facts. Well, I want to know if someone was in there with him in the coma.
No, he just woke up in the hospital bed. Like,
so that door was locked,
mm-hmm.
and there was no other patients behind locked doors in this.
Not in the hospital. It was deserted when he got out of there.
Come on.
Yeah.
They were the only. He was the only lucky one. We're like, you know what? We like you. We're gonna close the door. And all the other patients fuck off.
No, they were. I mean, as many as they could. I mean, people there were able-bodied. I'm assuming they helped out. But because he was in a coma and they were all getting rushed out, they just locked the door.
No, I understand that, honey. I'm just being funny.
Oh,
I'm being annoying because I'm like, wait a minute. How come he's the only one that got the silver treat or the gold treatment and they closed his door? There had to have been other people in comas and like ICU and they can't move. And
sure.
Babies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe maybe he was just the only one at that time. I don't know.
What a coinkydink. How long was he in the coma?
I can't remember. I think it said in the movie, but I can't remember how long. But he was out during the breakout. You know what I mean?
If he had to take a shit, where did he take a shit?
There it is with the shit again. There it is with the
shit. Kidding. I just wanted to see if you would laugh at my funny. Okay, so the only thing I remember about that movie is that there was fast monster zombies. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I remember.
Mm-hmm. I think that one you're talking about is different from this one.
Oh.
Because that one I think you're talking about takes place like in Alaska, I think, or like where there's snow and ice.
Mm-mm. This one was like in the city, like in New York or something.
No, that's a different one. Because this one I'm talking about is overseas, right? In Europe, British.
Oh, yeah. You said that. Over the pond. Hey, guys. It was over the pond. I didn't know what that meant. Are you being funny or is that a real thing?
It was funny, but and it is a real thing.
Clearly, it wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so why was that your scariest movie, or on your top 3?
Oh, because of the suspense and the fact that he woke up by himself and he doesn't know where he's at. He knows where he's at, but he's like, "Where is everybody?" You know?
Is it one of those movies where like he almost gets bit, he almost gets caught?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over and over and over, and then he finds a group of people that are alive, and they're trying to make it to this certain place. They heard about this camp.
There's always a camp. Huh?
Yeah, that
we got to go back over the pond and go to the camp. It's always something like that.
Something like that.
That's how it was in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to get to wherever. Thing. Yeah.
And then they've come across something. They investigate all these zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. People get bit.
Yeah.
They turn.
How do they turn? All right. For those of you on Spotify, go to the YouTube. Why do I keep saying that? That's like a new thing for me. Go to YouTube to see Tate's face.
The YouTube.
The Facebook. Anything else about that movie? I don't remember that. I probably seen it.
You've seen it.
But fell asleep in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. You've seen it. You don't like to watch them, but you've seen it.
I know. Zombies. Yeesh.
It's my favorite one. It's one of my favorites. So.
You and zombies. I don't know.
I know. It's just so cool. Like the suspense and the chase. And
I gotta say, it took me a long time to watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and then once you got into it,
you're like, he's like, after the first episode, like you just don't even think about the zombies anymore. And I was like, no, they terrify me. Yeah. But he was right. It was really good.
Uh-huh.
I was invested, but I wanted to kill Carl. Anybody else? Dude, these Ula Valley kids, you just want to whoop their ass. Carl, we're fighting in the front yard. Okay, cool. Anything else?
No. That's it. I just want to share that's one of mine.
Okay. Yeah. Mine is not like a scary, well, it kind of is, but
it falls under
in the genre of scary movie.
Sure.
Because I was scared. And it's very, very suspenseful. Mm-hmm. Signs.
Yes.
Signs. Has anyone seen that?
Great.
Mel Gibson.
Is it Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his work. I don't know. Some of his latest work is like.
Sure.
Yeah. But this one with Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, and what's the little girl's name? I forget. But anyway. And then the little kid. Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name?
Is it Kieran?
Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
That movie, I couldn't sleep for a week. And it was so well done.
I know.
Because how it flashed back and forth of why Mel Gibson, he was a preacher, but then how come he's not anymore? And it kind of like flashes back and forth because there's an alien invasion. And for those of you who haven't seen it, sorry for the spoilers, but you should still watch it because it's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
And then they like, what the hell? Something's going on.
Sure.
And then they have to like board up their house, and then the aliens try to get in. The little kid has asthma, but he forgot his meds upstairs or in the refrigerator.
Yeah, remember they were hiding in the basement.
In the basement, yeah. Because was it because they were in a brick basement? That's why they couldn't. No, right? It was just they were just hiding.
They were just hiding in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the most memorable part of that movie, though, for me, well, there was a couple, but the first one was when it flashes back to Mel Gibson's wife.
Yes.
Because you're like, where's the mom? And why is the uncle there?
Sure.
Hanging out. And then why does the daughter keep getting fresh glasses of water?
Sure.
Right? Because she was like, no, it's spoiled or something like that. She like kind of knew there was something wrong with the water.
Yeah, she would just sip it and go, oh, it's bad now.
Yeah, it tastes weird. And she would have water glasses everywhere.
Sure.
So the first most memorable moment for me was when the mom, when they flash back, you find out why the mom's not there.
Sure.
She got hit by a car, but she was pinned between the car and a tree. But she stayed alive. And then they had to call Mel Gibson. He comes out in his like preacher uniform, comes out, and then she was essentially waiting for him. It was the shock and the adrenaline that was keeping her alive. And as soon as she saw her husband, she dies. Yeah. And then he lost all faith because that was like his best friend and whatever. And so it kind of like goes from there. And that made me so sad because I was like, anytime like there's a couple and one of them dies, it makes me really sad. Yeah. Because obviously I think of you and I'm like, I would, curse the universe too if that happened, Sure. So that was the first one. And then the second one was when obviously the end, right? When you see the reflection of the alien in the TV, that's the TV that's not on. That terrified me. I was like, oh no. Yeah. And then he was sucking all the breath out of the little kid. That was quite terrifying for me. So
yeah, it's like a poison. It's like in his hand.
Yeah. Was he putting it in him or was he sucking the air out of him?
I think it was just making him breathe it.
Yeah.
Oh, but because the kid had asthma, that's right. He didn't take
his. Yeah, that's right. You're right. His lungs were closed up.
Yeah.
So it was, kind of divine intervention.
Yeah. The crazy thing about that movie is the name, the title, Signs. Because throughout the movie, that's all you see.
That's all you see.
Signs. And then at the end, they just wrap it all up.
Yeah.
And you see it all, and they put it together, and it's just like this whole crazy, like, holy cow, I remember you know what I mean? And then, they finish off that alien.
Yeah. I forget how one of them, was it Mel Gibson or was it Joaquin Phoenix that said, like, figured out the water was, like, toxic to them?
It was Joaquin Phoenix because he was swinging. They were telling him, swing away.
No. Before that. That's why he told him to swing away. But before that, some water dripped on it and it started sizzling.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And then that's when Mel was like,
swing away. Yeah.
Swing away. And he got the bat and hit it.
Yeah.
And then all the water got on him and he died.
Yeah. And he would just kept hitting all the glasses of water.
Yeah.
So. That was like the weakness they found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, I told you this is going to be a short episode.
No, wait, I got one. I can share another one.
Oh, okay.
I got another one.
Okay.
You probably share another one, probably, I'm sure.
I do have another one.
You ran through a couple?
No, I had an extra, and then I took it off, but I do have it in my head. Go ahead.
Oh, let's share. Okay, the next one is the Blair Witch Project.
I almost put that on here, and I didn't because I only remembered a couple of things because it was so long. That was definitely in the 80s. Yeah. Right?
Well,
or early 90s.
Early 90s. Yeah. It says right here, well, actually late. It says 1999.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Time is just a construct at this point, you guys. I was like, I thought, oh, what's today's date? It wasn't. It was 2 days later. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I only remember seeing that because a bunch of us went to the movies to see it.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was so... no one had ever filmed like that before and done and it like kicked ass at Sundance and then everybody was excited to go see it and that was pretty nutty.
I believe that movie was a spinoff to all those like shows on MTV where they go see ghosts and and filmed
Oh, like
I think that movie created all those other shows. The way they were filmed, the way people were experiencing it. You know what I mean?
like The Ring.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That was another fucking scary movie. But I didn't pick those because I remember watching them in little bits and pieces, but I don't remember them. I haven't like rewatched them. Like Misery, I think I've seen like 500 times. You know?
Yeah.
Signs, same.
I think we watched the Blair Witch Project once.
Just once.
And that was at the movies.
That was enough.
Yeah.
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 Well, what did you love about that?
Just the way it was filmed, for one, right? That was awesome.
Yeah.
The way the camera shaking in the face, you can't. It's not clear,
and then you can't see anything,
Yeah.
and then you feel like you're in the tent. You're like,
yeah. You just hear a shit ton of screaming. The camera drops. It's just like all you hear is screaming.
Yeah.
And the camera's just like at the grass or whatever. Like, and you just, that was pretty gnarly because you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. You feel like you're there. You're like, somebody pick up the camera. I want to see. Yeah.
You know?
That's the only part I remember about that.
It's just, everything was shaky.
Yeah.
You never really saw an actual something.
Yeah.
It was just moving fast.
Yeah.
And screaming and, you know, and then just like slow walking.
Yeah.
You know, this is right here. And
See?
You know,
the suspenseful movies. They're worse than like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I mean?
People are whispering in the camera. It's just like, whoa.
And then when they have the camera on their faces, I do remember you could just see the like it looked like ring lights in their eyes because the flash was on their face so close. I remember that. And then they're like, you know, in the camera, and you're like, back up, bitch, back up. I want to see everything else. I want to see your face.
She's like talking, crying, noses running.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Voices shaking.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember the mocos coming out. The boogies. Yeah.
It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know? And you never really saw anything.
Yeah.
That's the memorable moment about it. You never really saw actual anything. You just heard it was just a race.
Yeah.
The entire time, you know?
I don't even know how that ended. How did it end?
I can't remember.
Nice.
I can't remember.
Nice. Well, let's talk about a movie. How did it end? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't remember.
All right, I got an oldie but goodie. This one is, again, Stephen King.
Nice.
Pet Sematary.
Ooh, we went to the movies to see that.
We did go to the movies to see that. Pet Sematary. If you haven't seen that, oh my gosh, you guys got to go watch it. Remember when I said I don't like movies that have dead babies in them or dead kids and they come back to life?
Yeah.
That's what this is about. Right?
Yeah. Is it so? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's an Indian burial site that they bury the dead and they come back to life. Is that what it is?
See, that's why I didn't put it on there because I couldn't remember all of it because I watched it so long ago. But it was I think it was an Indian burial site, and I think the mom was so distraught because the little boy died. Her son died, and then they did some voodoo and like brought him back to life. But you know, when you bring people back to life, they don't come back like they used to. They come back something terrible. Watch Practical Magic. Same thing, right? I almost put Practical Magic on here because that was really scary for me. But same thing, comes back as like a little fucking creepy boy with a top hat. What? Why does he have a top hat on?
What's going on here?
And then they would put the pets in there, right? And then they would bring them back to life.
Yeah.
And then they were monsters.
Something was always wrong with them. Yeah, something always wrong with them.
But in that movie, wasn't there at the end like the sister that was up in the attic? Or am I thinking of a different movie? And she had like scoliosis or some shit, and she was like all like bony and gross and like, is that the same movie?
I don't know.
We're the worst at this,
I
guys.
know.
How did it end? I don't know. Is this lady in there? I don't know. We're so bad at this. See, this was his idea. And so if you guys don't like this episode, this is his idea.
What? What's wrong? What's the problem?
I originally said, I don't want to do a movie one because I don't remember movies. I have the memory of a peanut, you guys. Especially when it comes to movies because I either fall asleep or I get so scared I forget about it. You know what I mean? I compartmentalize it. I'm like, that's my fight or flight coping mechanism. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was like a aunt or the sister. I don't know.
Yeah.
Had scoliosis and she was like a bony lady, like the gross bony lady in The Shining. Wasn't that? And she was up in the attic. No.
You're probably right because it was a mother and son, right? That lived in the house.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
We're so bad.
I'm trying to remember.
This is like the worst movie review ever. You know what we should do? We should watch the movies and then come back and talk about them.
What? Like, it was a long time ago,
No,
but
no,
you
no, I know.
remember it being
No, I'm
super scary.
I'm saying in the future, if you
Sure.
guys, there's new movies out. If you want a movie review from parents, we'll have to actually watch the movie before we film.
It was a scary movie.
Yeah, no, I know. But hey, if you don't like it, it's free. You didn't pay for this, so click off and do your thing. So, but yeah, that was my other one. Pet Sematary was kind of nutty.
It was nutty.
I just don't like when kids come back to life.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. What was the scary movie when the parents said, "Hey, we need a nanny," and all the nannies kept quitting, and then this one lady came and was a nanny, and it was in this big creepy house, like a really old house, and then the parents said, "We need you to watch our son," and it was like a doll, or our daughter, and it was a doll, and then the girl was like, "What?" Like, you know, and then she kept thinking that the doll was actually alive.
Yeah.
And the whole movie, I'm like, fuck, I hate this movie because I hate kids and I hate dolls. And no, I don't hate kids. That sounded so bad. Fuck them kids. No, I don't like scary movies with dead kids.
Sure.
Right? But there was a doll that was made to look exactly, I can't remember, see how bad we are at this? I can't remember if it was a son or a daughter. And they made it like a replica of their kid. And they hired a nanny to come watch them because they were going on vacation. And the lady was like, what the hell? But it turns out, guys, spoiler, do you remember this movie?
I do. I just can't remember the name. I'm trying to remember the name.
Turns out their son is actually living in the walls.
Yeah.
And that's why she thinks the doll is moving because he comes out, moves it, and whatever. And she's like freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
The whole time he's like this.
Yeah. He's been living in there forever.
In between the walls.
Yeah.
Scary. No, thank you.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered the title.
No, but at the end, I'm like, that's it? I was like kind of bummed.
The end kind of was
What
like.
movie was that? Oh my gosh. I just had a brain blast. Remember?
Are we talking about the same movie or a new one?
It's not even a movie. Have you ever seen those TikToks where there's actual women who unfortunately lose their child, either young or like right after birth or whatever, and they get replicas made of their...
Yeah.
And then they live with their baby, like the doll. Have you seen that? It's a real thing.
Well, no, I haven't seen that.
It's so interesting.
Like
And they pay
lifelike
lifelike dolls made to look exactly like their kid that they lost. And they feed it. They take it to restaurants. They put it to bed, and they pay like 10 grand for these things, 10 grand plus, depending on like how many. You buy the base model, and it's kind of like a Build-A-Bear, and you like.
What?
No, I'm not. I'm not even kidding, and I'm not making fun because hey, to each his own. But it's like a Build-A-Bear. You like start with a base model, and then you add stuff to it, and it could be upwards to like 25 grand for like one baby.
Holy cow!
And they buy diapers, and they buy.
I've never seen it.
No. Look it up on TikTok. You're gonna go down.
I don't want to. That's scary.
It's
to me.
To me too. It's and then there's also a sadness to it because that's how they're coping. And you know what? Hey, to each his own.
I was just gonna say I think I understand it.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know firsthand. But I think I understand it. But
you understand why they would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand why. Yeah. Right. But for me, it's kind of scary. For me.
There's a whole community out there that does this, and it's not just women who lose their kids. It's also.
Or they do pets too, or
no.
Because I've seen that.
I
I've seen
haven't.
Pets.
I haven't seen a lifelike pet taken around. I haven't seen that. Yeah. But some of these women, it's not necessarily that they had a loss. It's that they just could never have kids.
Sure.
And they just choose to go that route. And there's a whole community out there of this, you know.
I understand if you had it was yours, right? I understand you had yours, it passed away a month later or whatever, right? But well, you know, what's wrong with adopting, or like you know what I mean? Like
maybe they want the experience, but they don't want all the problems that come with those fucking kids, crying and shitting your pants, buying clothes, eating up all your food. Maybe, I don't know.
They don't want to do with the investment.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm gonna drop 25 G's. That's it. because kids are way more expensive than 25 G's. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's so fascinating.
It is.
Though. It's
it
very.
Is. It is.
No, like if you go down that rabbit hole, it's pretty. And then they have like little conventions, and they meet other moms, and I have yet to see a dad do this. It's the only videos I've ever seen are like with women. So
good for them.
Yeah.
I want to share one more movie. Can I share one more movie?
No, we're out of time, babe.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Well, just say the title.
7.
Oh, is that with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that one. That one's really scary.
Yeah.
Plus, we're out of time. Look at us. It's not a short episode after all. Oh my gosh, me and all my brain blasts over here. But going off topic, but that's what you get. But anyway, this was fun for us. Hopefully it was fun for you listening about movies that we don't even know all about. So
we do. We've seen them.
It's our little niche.
Yeah.
Come hear a movie review that we may or may not remember.
But we were scared.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
That was for sure. And the fact that we had the first 2 movies,
they
were the same. That was kind of
crazy.
crazy.
That's
I love
crazy.
that.
I know.
All right, you guys. That's the end of episode 43.
43 is done.
Thank you for joining us and putting up with all of our wackiness. And please chime in on the 50th episode anniversary on what you would like to see us cover, talk about. It doesn't have to be funny. It could be something poignant or something that you want to hear about. But it also could be a mukbang or a mukbang, however you say it.
Yeah.
Devil's lettuce, tequila tasting. Those are the top 3.
We're doing them.
If not for that episode, it's coming.
It's coming.
And then also, we would be remiss if we did not remind you to vote.
Once again, to vote. Yes. Exercise your right to vote.
Yes, your vote counts. Okay, don't think that it doesn't. Because you know what I think too? Like when I first started voting, I was like, I wonder what if this person won this election by 1 vote?
That's good.
That could be my vote.
Yeah.
That's how I always look at it.
Yeah.
I don't look at it like, oh, there's millions of people.
Sure,
I don't look at it like that.
Your vote could be the difference.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. So we talked about this before. It's Donovan's first time, right?
Yes.
Because he's registered. And I remember my first time.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I went with you. The first time I ever voted was with you. And your dad was with us too, I think. And and I remember being kind of excited.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about the ballot because I didn't really do my research, but you helped me.
Yeah.
And so did your dad. I had questions for your dad. He helped me a lot too. And then I just remember feeling
Don't listen to him.
I just remember feeling really good about it.
Yeah.
You know, I exercised my right to vote. You know, some people probably feel like it's not that big of a deal, but it really is.
It really is. So if you're hesitant, like, oh, my vote doesn't count, I want you to think about this. Hey, what if the person I want to vote for, and it's not just for the presidential, remember, vote all the way down the ballot, okay? Because there's lots of cool stuff out there, especially Prop 3 in California. That's going to codify same-sex marriage forever.
Yes.
And they can never change it again. You don't have to vote for it. I'm just saying it's going to be on the ballot, okay? What was I going to say? I forgot what I was saying. Anyway.
Exercise your right to vote.
Yeah. Get out and vote. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Think about what if they won by 1 vote?
Yeah.
That could be your vote, okay?
The differentiator.
It does matter. Your vote matters, okay? And with that, we're going to wrap it up, and we'll see you next week for episode 44.
44.
So, but 43 is in the books. Happy Halloweeny, and we'll see you next week. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, I'm ready.
What does that mean?
Ready. Okay. My mic sound good, right?
It does not.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing.
I'm so going to punch you in the throat right now.